So hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. Many people give themselves many excuses as to why they're not building muscle, why they're 5 years into the gym and they're still built like a fucking cheese string. So in this video I'm going to give you 5 exact reasons as to why you're not growing muscle. Point number 1 is you just don't fucking train hard enough. I have seen most of you in the gym. I have trained a lot of you inside in the gym. And trust me, it is not for want of training too hard that is the reason behind why you're not growing any muscle. Most of you go through the motions, don't really push yourselves to any meaningful degree. You stop each set with fuckloads of reps in the tank and you're wondering why you're not getting any bigger. If I was to guess, most people would assume that they train too hard as opposed to not training hard enough. And the easiest way that you can figure out whether you're being a little bitch inside in the gym is to think about if someone was standing over you with a gun pointed to your head, and at the point that you would typically stop a leg press or a bench press, would you keep going, and could you keep going if they threatened to blow your brains out? Intensity builds density, and when I talk about intensity I'm referring to how close you can get to the brink of failure by the end of each set. The second reason is the fact that you're not consistent enough. You can train as hard as Ronnie Coleman, you can push yourself balls to the wall in every single set that you do, but if you are not showing up to the gym consistently, getting the reps in, completing each and every workout each and every week, you can't sit there and complain about the fact that your biceps are still 3 inches. You wouldn't start a new job and quit after 4 weeks because you're not CEO. So why are you barely giving the gym a month before you decide that it's not for you? For all I know about training, for all I'm able to do when it comes to pushing myself hard inside in the gym, it wouldn't mean a fuck if I haven't been consistent week in, week out for the last 10 years. And out of all the variables that are there, it's arguably one of the most important. The third reason is the fact that you don't follow any sort of a structure. Every single gym session that you do, you're winging it. You're starting off with bicep curls one day and you're starting off with the hip thrust machine the next day. If there is no coherent plan, structure or routine or rhythm to your training sessions, not only are you basically taking a shot in the dark as to what muscle groups you're actually meant to be targeting, but you're not getting the practice, the repetition, you're not acquiring the skills required to get better at a particular exercise so that you're in the best possible position to overload that exercise over time. Most of the progress that you're going to make in the gym is going to come from practicing, repeating and getting stronger at the same 15 to 20 exercises week in, week out for the next decade. And if every time you go into the gym you don't know what fucking exercise you're going to do next, how the hell can you ever expect to get competent at any given exercise? Bruce Lee famously said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." And it's the exact same when it comes to your training. Constantly practicing, repeating and refining a handful of given exercises every single week and sometimes multiple times a week is going to make you a more competent lifter, is going to make you stronger and hence better placed to build more muscle over time than jumbling up a load of random different exercises every single time you go to the gym for the sake of novelty or because you're too lazy or too tight to pay for a fucking plan. The fourth reason why you are not building muscle is the fact that you are not eating enough. So many people complain about having a fucking fast metabolism, and similar to the fat people who complain about a slow metabolism, you similarly are full of shit. You may think, oh, I can't put on weight, yet you turn around in the same breath and say that you have only fucking 1 meal a day. You have no planning when it comes to your nutrition, you don't track your calories, and you graze on little snacks and nibbles throughout the day as opposed to having anything substantial. And don't even get me fucking started on your protein intake. If you have not tracked your calories and you insist that you have a fast metabolism, how about you just try? I made a video that I posted to YouTube Shorts calling out an individual who says he can't gain any weight despite eating in excess of 5,000 calories each day. And the comment sections are filled with people who thought the exact same thing, but realized very quickly, having gone through a consistent, extended period of time tracking their calories, that they weren't eating as much as they thought they were. The same way that if you are genuinely eating less calories than what your body requires, you will lose weight. If you're eating more calories than what your body requires, you will gain weight. So if you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough. You should be aiming for a slow, sustained, consistent rate of body weight gain to reflect a slight calorie surplus. You want to keep fat gain to a minimum so that you can keep bulking for as long as humanly possible and hence build as much muscle as possible. So quit the excuses, get MyFitnessPal out, and let's see who's really talking shit. And the fifth and final reason as to why you are not growing muscle is because your recovery fucking sucks. When I talk about recovery, I'm not talking about taking a fucking cold shower or an ice bath every morning. And I'm certainly not talking about fucking massage guns or foam rolling. When it comes to your recovery, this encompasses everything from sleep, from rest between sessions, to your nutrition. The amount of people who think that the protein they get through bagels or the 3 grams they get in their bowl of crunchy nuts contributes to their overall protein intake, that's not what I mean when I say eat more fucking protein. If your diet isn't predominantly predicated upon eggs, dairy, protein powders, meats, chicken, fish, for you vegans out there, meat substitutes, chickpeas, kidney beans, actually substantial protein sources, you're pissing into the wind. Your entire protein intake for the day is the most important, but if you have the luxury of doing so, try to evenly distribute your protein across each meal that you consume. Other aspects of your recovery that are equally important is the amount of sleep that you're getting per night and the amount of rest days / the amount of days that you're taking off in between hitting each body part. If you're smashing legs 3 days in a row, you're not giving your muscles a chance to adapt to the stimulus that you've provided them. And because of that, your performance is going to be worse and your results are going to be worse. If you're not sleeping enough at night, similar to the protein intake, you're providing your muscles with a stimulus inside in the gym, but you're not providing them with the facilities to adapt to that stimulus outside of the gym. What you do in the gym loads the gun, but what you do outside of the gym pulls the fucking trigger. And if you implement those 5 things, it's going to vastly improve the results that you're getting inside in the gym. So if you like that video, if you took information from it, if I called you out, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure that you tune in to the next one. Take care.